Oh my goodness, look who's back. Better. My golden light is much better for my complexion. Hi there, Valentina. How is my niece doing? Happy Wednesday. I'm doing good, not bad, not bad. Can't complain. How was your week so far? What have you been up to, Valentina? You know your favorite Dia is always here for advice. If you got questions or you need help with something. No, why are you doing very bad? Oh my goodness, what's happening in your life? Tell me more. Hi there, who's in here? My math teacher's mad at me. Ugh, what's new with math teachers? My math teacher was always mad at me. She thought I had more potential, and I'm like, I don't have more potential when it comes to math. This is it. All right? The potential you're seeing is delusion. That's what my math teacher, that's what she would get mad at. She thought I could do more. I could do better. Honey, if I could do better, I wouldn't be failing. You know? If I could do better at math, then she would not be failing. Hi there, welcome, welcome. I'm Aunt Marisa. I'm your favorite auntie. I identify as a therapist, and I'm offering you free therapy. All you got to do is put your questions or your problems in the chat, and me and my consultants, Tiny Jesus here, will do our best to give you some advice. Hi there, Big Beta. It's true. I accidentally said the F word. Okay, that's not for your math teacher to judge, it's for God to judge. How are you doing, Big Beta? How's your week so far? You give advice. Yes, honey, I identify as a therapist. Where have you been, Big Beta? You've been in my stream tons of times. I recognize you. I know your name. And you're just now realizing that I do advice. Hi, Isaac. Today is my birthday. I'm 26. Happy birthday, Isaac. Bob says, nice hair. Thank you, Bach. I think so. I told my hairdresser I wanted to look like Betty Boo and Halle Berry when she was in the Flintstones, had a baby. Boom, here we are. Oh, wow. I see, Big Beto. It's a very eventful thing. Very eventful for you. How you doing, Bach? Where are you from? Do people go to Red Lobster anymore? I keep getting emails about Red Lobster this, Red Lobster that, and I'm like, they closed like 4 of them near me. Toronto, Canada. You ever been to Degrassi High? Wow, look at this. Celebrate Mother's Day. Mom deserves the most. Treat mom to her favorite. Create your own ultimate feast, surf and turf, or delicious seafood boil. Oy. You know, Red Lobster, you're the problem with why Mother's Day women don't feel loved. I knew right away she lost the leg in Iraq. I see. And saw the iconic wheelchair. Did you really, Bach? Wow. Hi, Alkazam. If anyone has... No one's going to trade money with you in your weird crypto thing. Alakazam. What is Frogmore? I don't even know what that is. Hi, Micah. So, welcome to my live stream, everyone. I'm Aunt Marisa. I identify as a therapist, and I'm here to give you free advice. All you got to do is put your problems or your questions in the chat here. And I'm going to do my best to help you along with my tiny consultant, Jesus. Swipe says Jesus died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days, saving us from hell, but only if we repent from sins. Yes, that's right. We love Jesus over here. Thank you. Block all crypto people. They are scams. I see. Alex says, if you're familiar with any TV show therapist like Dr. Phil, which one do you like the most? TV show therapist? I'm going to go with Walter Mercado. He wasn't really a therapist, but if we're going TV show, people who give advice and stuff, I'm going Walter and Oprah. Oh, Christina. Jerry Springer. Can you roast me? Hi there. I can roast you. If you go to my Cameo, I'll roast you on Cameo. What is your favorite makeup product? Honestly, probably this lip gloss. Make Los Angeles lip gloss in pink Charisse. Hi, Paul. He says, Titi, you're still my favorite. Thank you. Hi, Terry. Says, hi again. They're beautiful from Florida. Hi, Terry. Box says, don't open a link or email sent to you by a crypto account. Never. I like your earrings. Thank you, Kumo. Alex Smith says, is Maury considered a television therapist too? I don't think so. I don't think Maury is. Hi, Hopscotch. Do a handstand? I'm not doing a handstand. I am going to put... Dr. Phil was also a popular guest on Oprah's show before Oprah gave Phil his own show. Exactly. Hi, Levy. Well, look who it is. I know. Hi there. Hi, Haiti. Box says, Maury monetized from Society's Misfit. He was a genius. I guess so. So did Jerry Springer. Alex says, but let's not forget that Oprah was a producer for Dr. Phil's show. Hi, Les. Have you been to Europe? No. Hi, beautiful. How was your day? It's going, Mikey. How are you? Hi, Brian. Don't care if it rains or freezes as long as I got my plastic Jesus sitting on the dashboard in my car. That's nice. Hi, Hattie. You look so pretty. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, everyone, did anybody watch WrestleMania? Hi, Captain Teach. Who watched WrestleMania? Got a couple recaps on day 1 and day 2 here on my YouTube. If you go to the top of my page, you'll see a playlist called WWT, and that's where you can watch the recaps. Hi there. Clinton says, hello, my sweetheart, so pretty. Thank you, Clinton. Hi, yeah, buddy. How are you? Oh, you did watch WrestleMania. What did you think, Captain Teach? I felt like it was a little floofity floof. Haiti says, I'm from Palestine. I see. Hi, El Jode, whatever. Hi, Jefferson. You're not that late. It's only been like 5 minutes. How you doing, Jefferson? Whatever it takes. I know I can make it through. If I hold out, I know I can make it through. Be the best. Wow. Oh, I got a new sponsor. Got a new sponsor for my live streams and stuff. Why are my comments loading? Sorry, my comments weren't loading. Okay, here we go. Da, 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 da. You was looking delicious cosplaying as Liv. That's my niece Hennessy. Cool as a jewel thief. All right. Yeah, but it says last live you were dancing. Those chocolate freaking coffee chocolates really do something. Hi, Delbra. Jerry, you rocking the perfect hair. You know it, Jerry Moody. Hi, Tom. Central says your eyes are pretty. Is your dad circumcised? How the hell would I know something like that? That's disgusting. That's white people stuff. Brian says, in case you don't know, that was Cool Hand Luke. I was joking because you said plastic Jesus. I said tiny Jesus. He's a tiny Jesus. Tell us who it is. Who what is? Jefferson says, tell us who it is. Who? What are we talking about? Hi, Taylor Waters. Hi, Louis Diaz. Captain G says, oh, y'all do look alike, you see. Brian Jefferson, where did you develop your love for professional wrestling on TTT? I grew up with it. My dad and my uncles used to watch it all the time. And I would just sit there and watch it with them since I was a little girl. I've always just loved it. No one's kissing you, Gigi. Get out of here. That was it. You was busting them shapes. Them shapes. What shapes? Louis Diaz says, I like your hair. Thank you, Louis. Do you go to the gym? Not anymore. Gym's a waste of money. I work out at home. I dance. I do my cardio. I got my booty bands, a little couple weights here. Daniel Phipps says, are you from New York? Yes, Brooklyn. So what do I have to do for a real date? It's not going to happen, honey. You got to go to sleep and imagine it. Brian says, Auntie kisses, usually kids hate those. They're all old. Oh, I know. That is something. But I don't want to kiss so dirty kid's face anyway. I'm not the auntie who wants to kiss you. I'm the one who's like, hi. I don't know what that means, Brian. Hi, good boy. How are you? Hi, Felix. Pink or green? Pink. I'm good, Felix. How are you? Daniel Phipps says, I love your accent. Thank you, Daniel. Mikey says, I know a friend who wears concealer. What's your thoughts? Like a man. If a man is wearing concealer and he's not gay, now he's gay. Jerry Moody says, really would love to hear you say famous line from my cousin Vinny. It's been a long time. Which line? I can show you, but you were very good. Oh, I see. Thank you. Yeah, buddy. East New York. I'm good. Thank you, ma'am. My name is Tommy. Then change your screen name, sweetie. You know, you guys come in here and you're like, call me this, call me that. I'm going to call you what your screen name says. All right? Change your screen name. It's too hard to remember. Big Beater says, I doubt I can ever look my auntie in the eyes again. Trisket, I like that name. I'm leaving my shift, carving ham at Golden Corral. I'll pick you up in 15 minutes. Wow, you work at Golden Corral? Tell me the truth. How old are those steaks? Hi, Travis. Thank you. Oh, from the Bay Area. Deer hunting. You went deer hunting? Oh, imagine you're a deer. You spot a little brook. You put your little deer lips to the cool, clear water. Bam! A effing bullet rips off your head and your brain's lying on the ground in little bloody pieces. Now I ask you, would you give a crap what kind of pants the son of a bitch who shot you was wearing? Thank you. Daniel says your eyes match your hair perfectly. Doodoo Brown. Yeah, lightweight. Oh. I must have been something I said, shaking my head. Now, again, if you guys have never watched my award winning documentary, go watch the Diaz, okay? There is a playlist at the top of my page called The Diaz, and you can enjoy the first two seasons free here. But if you want to see every episode, you got to go to Patreon. Now, that is going to show you why I am not interested in dating anybody, okay? My husband turned into a woman. He pulled a Caitlyn Jenner. Do you really think that I am in the market after going through something like that? No. I'm very bitter and happily divorced. Got to go business to run. I dropped a like best of luck with the new sponsor. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Jerry Modi. Itty bitty city by the water. Hi, Rudy. Why does suit you so well? What? Hi, Manton. Can you stand up without using can you do stand up without using gender, sexuality, color, and race? Yes. Brian says at some point we need to see the photos of potential mugshots of Uncle so we know how to avoid at the family gatherings. Well, I don't know who that is anymore. James Nelson, hello. Hi, beautiful. How about WrestleMania? Was it good for you or bad? You know, I thought it was very flippity floppy. There was some good parts, but a lot of it felt like I was just watching a very long SmackDown. Like, my favorite match of all, the whole WrestleMania weekend, was definitely the Intercontinental Ladder match. My favorite entrance was Cody Rhodes' entrance. You have a museum of yourself. Clearly, that's something. That's cool. The Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi thing was like 3 minutes. How did they even get away with that? Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre, that was a good one. Hi, Krishno says he broke his hand. Oh no, I'm sorry. Who went gay, Manton? He didn't go, oh, my ex-husband or wife. No, he's not gay. Technically, he's a lesbian now. He's just trans. And it started because he was jealous of me because I kept winning these Halle Berry lookalike contests, and he was just like so jealous and bitter. You Iranian, I'm Puerto Rican and Guatemalan. Mr. Lee says, guys, I'm currently in a van. The driver said he'll give me free candy, but he's driving me to somewhere. Probably shouldn't have gotten in that van, honey. Hi, Cam. Yeah, but it says, Queenie, did you turn him gay or do we need him on alive? No, he's not gay. Cody Rhodes is known for his great entrance. Yeah, but he had like, if you didn't see the WrestleMania thing, he made a museum of like his different looks, like all his different characters and looks that he's done throughout his career. It was very cool. Brian says, I've actually managed to go my whole life And never see anything to do with wrestling outside of short clips of moves and pictures. I see. Unruly Gaming, hold on a minute. I did not know where this beautifully. Okay, thank you, Unruly. Originally from Mexico, Louis Diaz. Okay. Me Too and CM Punk vs. Tribal Chief. Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah, but it says, I want to know, what does Mexican candy taste like? Spicy. Every Mexican candy I've had, they cover it in this tamarind stuff and chamoy, and it's like lemony and spicy and delicious. It's not a wig, David. It's perfect hair. Cody Rhodes starring in the new Street Fighter. So is Roman Reigns. He's going to be Akuma. Cody Rhodes is going to be Guile. What's his name too? 50 Cent is in it. Why is 50 Cent in Street Fighter? Hi, Richard Delaney. Explorer says, when's the last time you fooled yourself? I don't understand that question. Yes, well, he's not yet, buddy. Honey candy too, I don't know. Is it good? Some of it is, some of it's too salty. Explorer says, do you like Mexican Chipotle? You know, I do like Chipotle. I really like their pastor chicken. Oh, the pastor chicken is to die for. Brian Jefferson says, you know Michael Jackson. What about Michael Jackson? Unique says, looking good, hun. Thank you, Unique. Captain Chi says, damn, okay, I got you. It's just sad because it was, if I was to say, okay, you don't get, I would treat you right, but I was knock your boots. Okay, whatever, Captain Teach. Curtis Jackson, yeah, he's going to be in it too. Dexter, I Show Speed is going to be the new WWE superstar. We'll see. We'll see. His flying off the ring post during WrestleMania, it didn't look as smooth as I think he wanted it to. Unruly says, I mean, Barack from Street Fighter and him do look exactly alike. Daniel Burton says, are you from Boston? Brooklyn. Big Beta says, fooled yourself. It's when you lay on your arm until it goes numb. Brian Jefferson says, what does pastor mean in that context? It's just a type of cooking. They cook it with like spices and pineapple, so it's like spicy sweet. You look a little like Yana. What is a Yana? Yeah, buddy says, I can't imagine spicy candy. It's just nothing like UK sweets. What are UK sweets like? Yeah, buddy. James Nelson says, are you going to go to the movies to see Michael Jackson? Oh, I do want to go. Noodlehem says, is this a bit? I don't know what you're talking about. Skyfly says, I got accidentally trapped in your hungry belly. Would you rescue me? I'm not even entertaining you, weirdo. Study natural law with Mark. Okay. Hi, BR. I'm here to hate as well. Welcome. They have a meatball lollipop. I'm not mad at that. UK sweets are like butterscotch candies, isn't it? What is teak? Teak for us? I don't know what that means. Big Beta says UK sweets are nice, but passive aggressive and sarcastic. James Nelson says, I heard I Show Speed is paying his mom a lot of money and his mom don't really like them. Thomas says, hey, hi, romance woman. Connor says, bust it down, shorty. Hi there, Thomas, I'm good. Arnob says, can I clean your shoes? Oh my goodness. Look at this one. Get out of here with that. Tomas from Brazil, hi there. Noodle says, are you doing a character? This actually, because this is actually, you may have just unlocked my favorite character. This is who I am. I'm Aunt Marissa. I identify as a therapist. If you got a question or you need advice on something, put it in the chat. And me and my consultants, Tiny Jesus here, will do our best to help you. No character. My love, I am deaf and hard of hearing. I can't hear and write typing using hand gestures, please. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Captain says, why are you home? What do you mean? Because I am home. Louis Diaz asks, what sign are you? I'm a Cancer. July 7th. Betrayed by Sins. Hi there. He says, hi, cutie. Hi, Chewy. Did you have a great WrestleMania weekend? I did, Betrayed by Sins. What were your thoughts on WrestleMania? Big Beater says, UK sweets have for so much sugar because our teeth are ready for a mess. Sherry Moody says, some of these comments scream stupidity. You have no idea. Louis Diaz says, I find you beautiful and cute and pretty. Thank you, Louis. Yeah, Buddy says, well, we have a lot of jelly sweets like jelly tots, fruit pastels, and then we have traditional fudge. Rock, which is seaside thing, peppermint creams, the list goes on. Oh my goodness. Brian says, I don't know if anyone ever saw the movie Idiocracy. Yes. Yes. I've been getting so many references, including some members of this live chat. Not you. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Idiocracy, I feel like, is the state of the, like, where the world is headed. I feel like we're going there. Captain Cheech says, okay, say no more. I'm stopping by to say hi and that you look beautiful. Thank you, Captain Cheech. If you have a P.O. box, I'll send some. You can try it on live. Oh, that's fun. She's a Cancer. She is. My mom is too. I see. Big Beater says, I'm also hard and deaf of hearing. The one. Hi there. Yeah, buddy is British. I didn't know that. Hi, Lone Wolf. 21 Gunner says she looks good, Shy. Just don't mess with the wig. It's not a wig. It's perfect hair. Let's get a 360 mod. Sure, send me $360 to the Cash App pin below. Brian says the zone, you have to get to 3 million likes. Exactly. So anyway, what is new with everyone? How is everyone doing? Just want to say, reminder, I have an award-winning documentary about my life becoming a divorcee from a man who turns into a woman. And the same thing happened to my cousin at the same time. And you can watch us in our documentary, star in our lives over and over and over again. Perfect hair, that's right. Christy Noam starred in that movie Aquamaniac from Hollywood Studio. I'd never even heard of that movie. Hi, Dinka. It is perfect hair. Kevin Hyde says, this cutie patootie. Thank you. 360 for 360. That's right, Slime. James Nelson says, what's your favorite romantic movie? Mine is The Bodyguard, Waiting to Exhale, Jason Lear. My favorite romantic movie? Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman. You know, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, my ass. I like Pretty Woman. I also like The Notebook. Steel Magnolias. It's so sad. It's such a good story. Oh, I love Sleeping with the Enemy. I don't think that's a romance, but to me it was romantic when she beat the ex-husband's ass and killed, unalived him and whatnot, and then got with the other guy. That's kind of a romance. Hi, Raquel. Say coffee. I said it. Lone Wolf says, you're a character, woman. Well, I love it. Thank you, Lone Wolf. Your buddy says, I'm British, but watch a ton of Ronnie Coleman. Oh, God, that's not going to help you. Slime says, is he pretty now? He's gorgeous, Slime, and that's what makes it worse. That's what makes it worse. If he would have been ugly and still looked like a dude in a dress, then it wouldn't be so. But he is, like, stunning. Hi, Joseph. Hi, NZ. I hear the Italian. You don't. You hear Brooklyn. I'm Puerto Rican and Guatemalan. Louis Diaz says, but I support your divorce. Thank you. Brian Jefferson says, yeah, buddy, is your username literally about Ronnie Coleman's quote? That's the first thing I think of when you come in every time. NZ says, runaway bride. No. Joseph says, you are gorgeous. Thank you. 21 Gunner says, how did you turn your man gay? That's not a flex. Well, he's not gay. He turned into a woman. He transitioned, but he still likes women, so technically he's a lesbian. Um, and he was just jealous. I kept winning these Halle Berry lookalike contests, getting all this attention, these gifts, and he got very insecure and jealous, and he started competing with me. At first, it just started with little things, like, oh, I'm wearing, your Spanx. My lip glosses started missing. Yeah, it was like a progression, a domino effect. Modalum says she got a little bit Marissa Tomei from my cousin Vinny, Rosie Perez, and Michael Myers. Oh, I love this. Thank you. Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman. Romance in the Stone. Never watched it. Don't know nothing about it. Yeah. Most films with Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, Chewy's sleeping. Yeah, we got a different setup. Chewy's sleeping over here. I can't show him to you guys. Big Beta says the original Sleeping with the Enemy didn't do good at the box office. It was set during the Second World War. Is the original one the one with Julia Roberts? Captain She says, why Pretty Woman and not Cinderella? Well, because Cinderella was basically a maid who got the prince to fall in love with her because he had a foot fetish. So I'm good on that. And then Pretty Woman, it's just, it's nice that he still loved her regardless of her being a hoe. He turned a hoe into a housewife. And I love that. Captain Chief says, I'm half Puerto Rican, Boricua. Enzi says, how many languages do you speak? I speak English, I speak Spanish, I speak Tia, and I'm fluent in Chisme. Blaze, I don't know who the hell Marie is. Blazer. Emily says, Jesus died so you could live. God bless everyone here. Yes, Emily, thank you. God bless you. Yeah, Buddy says, literally, that's been my YouTube name for years. I get loads of compliments about it. James Nelson says how Stella got her groove back, the Titanic. Oh, the Titanic is not a love story. Please, you think that's a love story? That is a tragedy. Nothing romantic about going on some boat for like 3 months or whatever they were going through, and then the boat crashes into an iceberg. There's no romance there. Brian says, I'm half European American, but don't talk about it much. I see. Hi, Cole Stefani. Hi, nephew. How are you? How's your week so far? Brian says, UK has a lot of mixed race people too, I notice. Blazer says, Arnold movies, Predator, Commando. We're talking about romances. That is true, though. That is true, Big Beta. Better than turning a husband into a hoe. He turned himself into a hoe. He was jealous. Brian says that would never work in real life, how the housewife fiction is always so fantastical. Yeah, tell that to the girls on OnlyFans. Louis Diaz says, do you believe in churning and waterfalls? What? I don't even know what that means. Marie is your alter ego. There's never been a Marie alter ego. Yeah, but he says, Lisette used to make me kiss her feet. Is that a Latino thing? I wasn't overly keen, to be honest. No, that's an entitled brat thing. That's not a Latino thing. That's a gold digger thing. She gets off on power and being spoiled. So what is the most powerful spoiling thing you could do besides give her your money? Kiss her feet. She's power driven. Enzi says, where's the farthest distance country you ever traveled? I went to the Bahamas. That was fun. 21 Gunner, please don't snitch on Tony, ma'am. We're all going to get alive. Yeah, watch yourselves. They are literally housewives, though. Like they literally are married. They just have rings and bragging rights to the basis of title, but they're not cooking, cleaning, being their husband's piece. Well, if the husband isn't providing for her, then that's why she's on there. So of course she's not going to cook and clean because clearly he's not providing an environment where she doesn't feel like she has to do those things, you know? If her husband was a provider handling things, she'd be cooking, she'd be cleaning, and she wouldn't be there. Syria says, hi, how are you doing, family? I do food content. I'm going to connect with you, connect back with me. What is your go-to coffee order? I don't drink coffee like that, but when I do, I like a caramel macchiato. Iced caramel macchiato is my favorite. Or like a Spanish coffee, like a Bustelo. Big Beta says, genuinely a fan. You American losers need to get this lady on TV. She could right a lot of the wrongs in your nation. Thank you, Big Beta. Tell the press, get this to the White House or something. Kasango, he says, hi, gorgeous. The Brooklyn accent, always cute on you. How you doing, Kasango? How's your week so far? Hi, Liam Ben. How are you doing, Liam? Brian says, who are they marrying and why did they pick those people? Was it just the top contributor on the platform? They hit the contract and they got the marriage. Now they are literally married and in love and doing very well. And they just have the support of their husbands. But you talking about, well, she should be cooking and cleaning. Well, he should be paying all the bills and helping her. So if he's not, that's why she's there. She got to make her own money. Spanish coffee is the sweet condensed milk. Oh, yes, definitely. Hi, Boom Blast. You're speaking from experience. You know people in real life. Yes, I absolutely know tons of people in real life. Hi, Mr. Hands-Out Smash. Yes, smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. I get your husband is a maid guy, but how do you feel knowing he's got two side women? I don't know what you're talking about. You obviously haven't been paying attention. My husband is my ex-husband because he turned into a woman. Can Latinos eat a keto diet? They might die if they do something like that. If they just stop eating pork and grease and tostones, they might just collapse into the ground. Not everyone's built like me. I do keto. I eat keto all the time. Even now, my family calls me like a gringa because I can only eat a little bit of the fried pork and the chicharron and the stuff that they make. I can't eat like that no more. I actually cannot. Hi, Osborne. Hi, Gershom. Big Beta says, I love you Americans are confident enough to put a straw in a 5-gallon drink. I wish it was 5 gallons. This thing would last me all week. The lid is missing. It broke. I haven't replaced it. But it still keeps my drink cold like all day, even without the lid. The tea is boiling, Gershom. Yeah, buddy, it's true. And you know what's crazy? If you tell your own family, oh, I can't eat like that, I change how I eat, I change my diet, and you tell them I only want a little bit, they're going to be so disgusted and upset with you. They will treat you like if you just cursed them out and stole money from them if you don't want to eat their food. ¿Qué? ¿Tú no quieres comer chicharrón de pollo de vez en cuando? And I'm like, excuse me. Sorry that I don't want diabetes and high cholesterol and that my body is physically rejecting the grease. $21 Gunna says, wait, he turns into a woman. How is that possible? $21 Gunna, in America, there is a thing called transgenders. And it's where people, decide one day that they feel that they were born in the wrong body and they go and they get these sex changes and they start taking steroids and doing things and hormones. Sometimes they don't even get the surgery. They just decide that they want to identify as this. And that's why I say I identify as a therapist. It doesn't have to be true for people to believe it. That accent cool, though. Thank you, Gershom. Hi, Al Jones. How are you? How was your week so far? Kevin, you look like Donald Trump. Honey, Donald Trump wishes, okay? First of all, he's orange. His hair is a toupee that's made out of, like, straw or something. And Donald Trump can never be brown. It goes against everything he believes in. I just drink from the container and bring the whole jug, but I appreciate their dedication to the aesthetic with the large Stanley cups. Al Jones says, why am I always laughing before you even say a word to me? I don't know, Al Jones, but I'm glad I can make you laugh. Captain Chief says, I like Edward Scissorhands. Oh, I love that movie. My favorite part is when he cut the dog's hair. Hi, Liam. Ha, ha, ha. Yo, I can't. It's true, Liam. Any Latinos in here who don't want to eat their family's cooking, how do they respond? Tell us. Al Jones says, my week is good so far. Thank you for asking. Hopefully yours is going well. It is going well. We've been a little busy, had some other things going on. But I wanted to come on here and say hello, pop in. Also, who watched WrestleMania, if you like wrestling, check out my recap. I did 2 recaps of WrestleMania, day 1 and day 2. Can we get a fit check? I got Walter Mercado and some jeans. There it is. There's your fit check. Nothing else to report. He got that Joker disease. Who got that Joker disease? Kevin says, brown like many beautiful things out here. Yeah. Hi, Vigi. When are you collabing with iShow Speed? Oh, my gosh. Does he know about me? Does he want me to be his auntie? I gotta say, I was very annoyed with him getting shoved into WrestleMania like that. Big Beta says, you Guatemalan, can you make pupusas? I can, and I have, and they're delicious. Or Jelly Roll. Oh my God, Jelly Roll saved WrestleMania day 1. I'll say that. He saved day 1 because when he slammed Pat McAfee through that announce table, the day was made. The day was made. Okay? Let me show you. Today's live stream is sponsored by Soul Gorilla. Soul Gorilla is an amazing new hat company, and they sent some merchandise to your favorite Dia. Real ones only, because they know I'm a real one. These are snapback, so you can adjust them to your head. I don't want to mess up my hair. Soul Gorilla, that's right. And it says real ones only. The guy who sent them to me, he said, you're the realest one I know. So, gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. Then we got some Soul Gorilla for the ladies and the guys. Which one's your favorite? I think I like this one. This one, actually. This one. Do you guys remember there was a clothing brand called Two in the Shirts? And they used to be gorgeous women on the t-shirts. That's the same. This is the same owner of that company. Now he got hats. Real ones only. That's right. The only watchable thing was iShow Speed. You're crazy beautiful. Thank you, 21. So Gorilla, ooh ah. LOL, you won. Thank you. Baseball mom vibes. Thank you. Brian says, did he have a lot of experience with women who had plastic surgery? Who? Hi there, M38. Gorgeous, just like you. Thank you. Red and black, then the navy. I knew I liked you. Thank you, Captain Teach. So yeah, so Gorilla. Get your hats. SoGorilla.co. I will put a link in the description afterwards. Make a shirt like this. cup them. You said you're the realest. He knows. He said you're the realest. I know. So I want to send you some hats because it says real ones only. And I was like, all right. The realest they know. That's true. Liam, you've been here a few times. Welcome. Oh my God, Liam's a regular. He's always here. He's just quiet. He comments a lot with emojis. Hi, Daniel Lyons. Hi, Yuri Kano. You want to go out there, Chewy? All right. Go ahead. You can go out here.